there guys. Now, you're seeing this video because 1, I was asked to do this a very long time ago, and 2, the software that I normally use for uploading has stopped working, so some of the videos that I've wanted to do I can't actually do because the files would be far too big, and until I get my new internet package in about a week, large files are going to be very difficult to upload. So this one's just going to be a rather short room tour, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. It was asked for a long time ago. So what you're going to see is my setup as it stands right now. It's not quite finished, but it's very nearly there. It's about 90% finished. I've just got to do some tidying, put things in the right places, and a little bit of management, and then it'll be all finished. So without further ado, let's get started with the room tour. And let me just turn the viewfinder around. There you go. Right, so we're going to start with my background. It's asked about a lot, and I don't know if you can make out the names properly, but I've got a fair few GameCube games. They're rather well sought after, I should say. It's not my full collection of GameCube games, but it is the majority, and only really my favourite games get onto the bottom shelf. We've also got some 64 games, my business cards, a pop figure of Jesse Pinkman, and a couple of Splinter Cell figurines. They were a gift. Just need to climb up on my bed. Then on the top shelf, that is home to my Xbox 360 games and classic Xbox games. This is I would probably call the secondary shelf, with the games that I do enjoy playing, but I don't play very often. And as you may have noticed, this is my Ultra Sabers Prophecy lightsaber, and above that is my Anakin Skywalker Master Replicas lightsaber, with an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood figurine, and I think this is Halo. I won that at a raffle, and it's quite heavy, so I thought it would make a rather good bookend. And along the top are some just collectibles and some games and Magic the Gathering cards. this is like the junk shelf. It also fell off. That's why it looks a bit funny there, and I can't put a lot of weight on it. You may have already noticed the suffering that's on there. That will be making its way here eventually. So that's a quick rundown of my shelf. To the left of the wall, we've got a Chuckle Brothers poster. It's signed with a signed ticket. Now, I don't really mind
some